So here we are again, out for another ride. We're messing around at the reservoirs today. We're going to head up the Thornhill Trail before climbing up the bridleways to the top of Hag Farm. From there we're going to go down the Locker descent, loop around towards the visitor centre, up Winston Lee Tor, down to the pub, and then back on the Thornhill Trail. It's about a 16-mile loop. There's a little group of us today, so hopefully we'll get some follow footage and that'll be looking quite smart. Just now we've come through the back of the garden centre. We're just heading through the recreational ground and then we're going to take a left after here onto the Thornhill Trail. So just passed over the Ladybower Dam. We're on this cycle path just for a little while. Off to the left there, over to the next bridge. So we're going to take this left up here, up Crookhill Farm, work our way up to the top where we get to the bridleway, just through the courtyard, and then we're on to the off-road stuff. So that was the climb over from Crookhill Farm. At the minute we're just at the top of Hag Farm. We've come from this distance, we've come from this direction over here, followed it along the tree line to the right, and we're about to descend down one of the first main descents of today's ride. So that was the Locker descent. We're just coming down the road now to the visitor centre. At the roundabout we're going to take the first exit. and follow the trail along the side of the lower reservoir before taking a left and climbing up to Winston Lee Tor. So this is the climb up to Winston Lee Tor. You sort of take a left when you get to this first gate, up the slabs, right up to the little hut, and follow it along the edge line you can see just at the top there before descending down to the Ladybower Inn. Quite a tough climb, but it's worth it for the descent. So here we are halfway up the climb. It sort of levels off as you run along with the wall before a final little kick up to the top of Winston Lee Tor. Some brilliant views up at the top of there. Well worth stopping just for a drink, a bit of food, before descending down to the Ladybower Inn, which is the final descent of this ride. Quite a rocky one. Should be running quite smooth today. So here we are up at the top of Winston Lee Tor. The climb we've just come up is the bridleway here. You can see the reservoir in the distance. We're going to be going down the recently renovated Winston Lee Tor. It's had quite a bit of work done, especially towards the lower end, with a number of drainage ditches being put in. So it's a really reliable ride at the moment. Always drains off really well. The work that's been done by Peak District MTB it's incredible really. Once we've dropped down there, we're going to follow it around to the right hand side before dropping down, as I said before, to the Ladybower Inn. From the Ladybower Inn, we're just going back on ourselves along the road over the bridge before jumping back on the Thornhill Trail and dropping back down to the bike garage.
Hello.
So that was Winston Lee Tor. Make sure you take a right just when you see it, because this is where we turn back to head off to the pub. Fairly level along here before dropping down. Bit of a steep rocky one. Winston Lee Tor itself's running really well at the minute. Just be careful on this last descent because it brings you right out onto the road. And there we go, that's the main portion of the off-road for this ride. As I say, watch out for that descent because it does finish straight onto the road and it is quite a fast road. Also watch out for people crossing over to the pub. We're going to take a left here, trace our route back, Thornhill Trail to the bike garage. And there we are back at the bike garage, coming in for about 17 miles. Really good ride, essentially built up of 2 key climbs followed by 2 key descents. Both really good descents, nice and fast. Running really well at the moment. Come summertime, they'll be running about as good as they'll get, but even now, at the end of February, they are running really well. Hope you enjoyed this ride. As always, go onto the Bike Garage website just to get yourself one of the hire bikes. James will sort you out with a nice high quality bike. Follow these routes and have a good ride.